Sometimes sports go beyond the final score, beyond the highlight reel, beyond the drama of rivalries and controversies. Sometimes it's about a moment so pure that it reminds everyone why they fell in love with the game in the first place. That's exactly what happened when Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation who has already taken the WNBA by storm, created an unforgettable memory for her biggest fan, and in doing so, melted hearts across the country. The Fever's schedule had been brutal. Back-to-back road games, packed arenas, relentless media attention. Clark has been at the center of it all, carrying the weight of expectation like a seasoned veteran. Yet even in the middle of all the chaos, she found time to give back. After one game that already had the crowd buzzing from her deep threes and fearless drives, Clark did something no one expected. As she left the court, instead of heading straight to the locker room, she veered toward the stands. That's when it happened. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Sitting courtside was a young girl, maybe 8 years old, wearing a Fever jersey that was clearly 2 sizes too big. She held up a homemade sign that read, "Caitlin, you're my hero." Her face lit up the second she realized Clark was walking straight toward her. For a moment, the arena noise faded, and all eyes were on this one interaction. Clark didn't just wave. She didn't just smile. She walked over, knelt down, and hugged her biggest fan like they'd known each other forever. The little girl burst into tears, overwhelmed with joy. Cameras captured every second, and the clips spread like wildfire online. But Clark wasn't finished. She pulled off her shoes, the very ones she had worn that game, still warm from the hardwood, and handed them over. "These are for you," she said softly. The girl's parents could hardly believe it, their mouths open in shock as the crowd roared with approval. It was the kind of gesture that transcended sports, a moment of kindness that will live in that family's memory forever. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Social media exploded with clips, fans calling it the sweetest thing they've ever seen. Celebrities reposted it, news outlets covered it, and even rival fan bases admitted they were moved. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. In a world full of egos, Caitlin Clark just reminded us what a true role model looks like. This wasn't the first time Clark has connected with fans in such a personal way, but it might be the most powerful yet. For years, critics have complained that professional athletes are too distant, too inaccessible. Clark shattered that barrier in one hug, one act of generosity. She showed that despite being one of the most talked about athletes in America right now, she hasn't forgotten what it means to inspire. And let's not underestimate the symbolism. Caitlin Clark is carrying the WNBA into a new era, bringing in viewers who had never tuned in before. Young girls all over the country now see her as living proof that their dreams can become reality. By taking a few moments to connect with that one fan, Clark connected with millions more who saw themselves in that child. What makes the moment even more powerful is the timing. Clark has been under intense pressure lately, physical play, critics dissecting her every move. Constant comparisons to legends of the game. Yet instead of being consumed by the weight of it all, she chose to create joy. That's why the clip went viral, because it wasn't just a handshake line or a photo op. It was genuine. It was raw. It was Caitlin Clark showing the world who she really is when the cameras aren't supposed to be watching. The Fever organization capitalized on it too, sharing the footage with the caption, "This is why she's special." Teammates chimed in online, praising her for how she treats people off the court. And even players who have clashed with Clark in games admitted the moment was bigger than basketball. It's rare to see unanimous praise in the sports world, but for once, everyone seemed to agree. The little girl who received the shoes later appeared in a local news interview, clutching them like treasure. "She made my dream come true," she said, tears still in her eyes. Her parents added that Clark stayed for a few minutes, chatting and taking photos, even though security was trying to guide her away. That patience, that willingness to slow down in the middle of a hectic life was what touched them the most. Moments like this have ripple effects. For that child, the encounter may shape her entire outlook on what's possible in her own life. For the WNBA, it's the kind of heartwarming story that wins over casual fans and silences skeptics. For Caitlin Clark, it cements her reputation not just as a generational talent, but as a superstar who understands the responsibility that comes with fame. And here's the truth. These are the moments that last longer than the highlights. People will remember Clark's logo threes and clutch performances, but the image of her kneeling down to hug a crying fan might outlast them all. It's the kind of snapshot that defines legacies. Not just a great athlete, but a great human being. Sports are filled with rivalries, egos, and drama, but every once in a while, someone comes along and reminds us that at the heart of it all, it's about connection. Caitlin Clark did that in one small, powerful act of kindness. She didn't just give away a pair of shoes. She gave away a piece of herself. And in doing so, she reminded millions why they watch in the first place.